That's okay. It was just me. Without further ado, we have our first candidate for today, which is, let me quickly go, I already forgot. Yeah, Fusion Pay. Perfect. Fusion Pay, would you like to get started and unmute yourself and share your screen?
Yes, one
and
second.
I will stop sharing on my end.
So please confirm if you can see my screen.
I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So yeah. Hey, Stellar community. So today I would like to present you Fusion Pay. Currently, Fusion Pay is a team of 5 persons operating from South America, Germany, and New Zealand. We recently completed the Stellar Bootcamp and are in the research phase for the Stellar Community Fund. Our vision is to build an empowering communities by giving them ownership of their digital assets. The problem is onboarding newcomers into the Web3 space is too complicated for the average user. So our solution is an app where brands can easily onboard existing customers into a Web3 experience using free NFTs. We will achieve this by building tools that bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. A bridge Gary Vee calls Web 2.5, where we use traditional marketing tools like vouchers, exclusive products, loyalty cards, and members-only content, and reduce feature up inside an NFT. This not only provides a new way of marketing, it helps brands to nurture their existing customers to a Web3 strategy.
Kind of like come up with a proposal for us?
So our main tagline is own, unlock, pay.
Each year.
So,
Sure, muted, so continue.
Yeah, okay. With our app, users can set up a wallet and own an NFT for free in a couple of minutes. The NFT then unlocks exclusive products, discount, members-only content. Users then pay for our products inside our app using a currency of their choice. So the prototype we built on the Stellar Bootcamp was a Discord plugin where users can access certain channels inside Discord by verifying ownership of an NFT. So here's an example. Hodler Shoes wants to reward their most loyal customers with an exclusive product, VIP discounts, and members-only chat. Using Fusion Connect, Hodler Shoes can specify which channels are locked and only accessible by NFT holders. Their customers can connect with any wallet on the Stellar network. Our API will search their wallet for the Hodler Shoes NFT. If detected, they will be granted special roles inside the Discord to unlock VIP channels. This function is very popular on Ethereum and is used by millions of NFT holders worldwide. Our tool will be free to use with the goal of attracting those brands and users to the Stellar network. So here you can see a quick roadmap. In the phase 1, it's the plugin you have seen above. In phase 2, we will build a basic web wallet. In phase 3, we build more unlock tools, for example, Shopify, Twitch, and other e-commerce platforms. So for this example, our target market are retail brands, NFT collectors, and streamers and gamers. These 3 pricing models are used from our competitors that are basically monthly SaaS fees, one-time setup, and percentage of a transaction fee. And we have applied for 50K funding from the Stellar community to help building out our wallet and the Discord plugin, also to support company registration, server and hosting, marketing and branding, and accounting fees. So, as I mentioned before, we currently have 5 in our team. It's me, Valentine, with a background in cybersecurity. We have Marvin, has a 9 years experience in enterprise software development. Then we have Charlie with 20 years marketing experience. Chris has specialized in UI and UX design for more than a decade. And our newest team member, Lucia, is our community and social media manager. So thank you very much for listening our presentation. And I'm here with our developer. So please feel free to ask also technical question or any other question. So yeah.
That's great. Oh, I said it again. That's a great presentation, Charlie. So or Valentin, sorry. I see Charlie was also speaking, so I thought that was anyway. Awesome. Well, I said it again. You know what? I'm just not gonna worry about this. Thank you so much for your presentation. Does anyone have any questions? If no one goes, I can go. What did you build during the bootcamp? And I know that you were really active, and I saw you very quickly like finish all of the activities. What did you build, and how does it work?
The stuff we built on the bootcamp was primarily the prototype of this Discord plugin you see right now on my screen with this flow. So yeah, that was our task for the bootcamp, for the prototype. Maybe Charlie, you want to add something to this, or?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me
Yeah.
okay? Yeah,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, that was the prototype for the Discord plugin. The main point I want to get across was that we want to build a payment app as our end goal, but we wanted to work backwards and get users first, because we see that the biggest problem is building an app and getting no users. So we're building an NFT platform to attract existing customers of businesses and get them to onboard their customers into our app using free NFTs, and then we nurture them towards payment features and so on. So yes, the Discord plugin is our first MVP that we made on the bootcamp, but that's definitely just the first stepping stone towards other features.
Great to hear. Anyone have any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. Awesome. I think we have a lot of shy folks today. Great. Is there anything else you want to mention before we move forward?
I don't know. Marvin, you want to mention anything, or you want to add something? I don't know, Lucia or Charlie?
What about what's next? Like, so now you built this feature. How are you going to get users, and what's next?
Yeah, we're currently have a lot of points open. Like we definitely are planning a rebrand from us, like from our branding, and also we are checking out which features we're building out in which row. We are currently also in hiring phase of blockchain developers. So yeah, from everything a little bit. And yeah, we are currently driving from research phase to a building phase. So yeah, we are all really hyped. So yeah.
I'll just add something quickly there as well. We're working, networking with brands. Valentin has spent a lot of time over the last 6 months building networks at conferences, trying to get brands on board. So that's our main push, is to find brands like gamers or streamers or fashion brands to utilize our products.
See the large market for that. I guess like as more competitors are coming on, also like need to see like how to differentiate. And but I love that you see like that you all have the integrations with the existing wallets in the ecosystem. I think that's really key to also like move forward like with interoperability. Awesome. Okay. So next up we have, let me double check the schedule. I had it in front of me, but I don't want to screw up my thing. Yes. Okay. Pacta. Do I say it correctly?
Yes,
the Pacta team on?
right away. Okay, thank you.
All right. Great. Take it away.
Okay, so let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Great. So, well, everyone, even today, there exist several problems with cross-border payments and remittances. Thousands of people and millions of dollars get stuck every day because of high fees, long distances, lack of cash liquidity, or even lack of financial and technical knowledge. Does it ring any bells, the classic trope of an immigrant that needs to send money back home? Because, well, that's my story, and I can assure you guys that it is a pain in the wallet to do so, even for me who has the necessary patience and technical skills. But now, I would like you to imagine how it will be for this granny to send or receive a few bucks far from home. And this is why we created Pacta, to bridge this gap with a tool for underserved people who are separated by physical borders, but who have the potential to surmount them through fintech innovation. We are two co-founders whose skills are perfectly aligned to make this vision a reality. Marcelo Bifara, our CTO, is a software engineer with more than 14 years of experience as a developer, many successful projects led, and tons of hours dedicated to financial solutions. And I, Daniel Di Giovanni, CEO, have lived in many Latin American countries and consider myself an innovator who wants to challenge the status quo of clunky international transaction making. Oh, and I have more than 5 years of experience as an entrepreneur, and I'm pursuing an MBA in digital business. Marcelo is Argentinian and I'm Venezuelan, and as Latinos, we know what it is like to deal with limited resources in challenging economies and to dream of a prosperous future. And with today's technologies, it is possible to provide financial services to previously excluded communities quickly, cheaply, and securely. And that is Pacta, an easy-to-use product that allows everyone to send and receive money with peace of mind in a simple, in an easy, in a transparent and low-cost way without leaving home. But why Pacta? Although there are other tools for financial transactions, none of them are really viable solutions today in Latin America. In today's market, we find unsafe P2P operations, unfriendly interfaces that require high-level technical knowledge, long wait times, high and hidden fees, and traditional institutions that have yet to digitize their services. Pacta is meant to be a super UX-friendly app and web built for everyone who works or is away from home. Whether it's a mother helping her daughter studying in another country, or an employer hiring in Latin America, or even a digital nomad, our interface will help them accomplish their goals quickly without needing to understand the technology underneath and with the security that a monetary transaction requires. Today, we are active and growing in Argentina and planning to expand to Chile. And a year after Marcelo joined as a co-founder, we relaunched our functional MVP in May this year and have already helped more than 650 people move about $130,000 and won over 78% of them who come back to us again and again. And not only do they rely on us, they encourage their networks to do the same, with our current users bringing in 30 new users per month. We receive an average of 700 transactions per month, representing a volume of about $28,000 and monthly fees of about $2,000. And how are we achieving this? Pacta reaches out to people through social ads, niche community events, waiting lists for upcoming currencies, and immigrant-led organizations. And they choose us thanks to the word of mouth from many satisfied users, our low fees, and an advertising strategy that includes, our advertising strategy. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
I'm sorry. Our advertising strategy that includes financial incentives. That is one of our strengths as a team: quick and quality delivery to fail fast and learn fast. And since Marcelo joined, we have learned 3 important lessons. One is that a smart entrepreneur pivots from an early stage to best respond to the changing needs of consumers and the team. 2 is that compliance is key to scale in this industry. And 3 is that mass adoption of blockchain depends on UX. And this is why we know how to move forward. Within 3 months, we will become brokers of a stellar anchor. We are already studying the documentation, looking to close the deal with Settle Network. Within 6 months, we plan to partner with MoneyGram Network for fiat cash in and cash out. This way we can serve the unbanked. And also, our 1-year roadmap includes launching our mobile wallet and Pacta B2B. But we don't want to be just a cross-border payments company. Pacta will bring simplicity to many financial services, and we would love SCF 11 to be part of it. All right, thanks everyone for listening to our presentation. We would love to hear any questions you might have.
Great presentation, very smooth. Thank you so much for presenting. Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to unmute. Oh, go ahead.
What would you say is your main difference or distinguishing feature above other similar programs?
Hi, I don't know who asked that. I'll let Marcelo go ahead with that question.
Hello, guys. It's a pleasure to be here. So our key differentiator, above all, is our focus on user experience. So, for instance, nowadays our end users they don't have to deal with the struggles of crypto, so they don't even have to deal with having to know a wallet address or how to sign a transaction. And the idea is to keep it simple as it is right now. So I would say our focus on UX is our key differentiator, like trying to hide all the mechanics and technology that's behind our simple, our easy to use product.
I guess a follow-up would be, do you have some kind of a customer service that could even help more with any problems?
Absolutely. We do have a WhatsApp business that it's working right now. It helps onboarding customers that they, for instance, for KYC, we implemented this platform called MetaMap, which is quite known in Latin America. And it's quite easy to use, but still, of course, people find some like difficulties or whatever, and they can contact us on our WhatsApp for business, which is always available. So we actually help them with that, sharing screenshots, like having an audio guidance if they are not able to help to fix their issues. So yeah, we do have a customer service for this. And one of the things that really focus on is sending emails after first transactions, making sure everything went okay, if they are happy with the product. And now we are following up if on sign up users who didn't verify their accounts with KYC. So we're following up with them. So yeah, our big focus is user experience and customer service, of course.
Yeah, that seems like a massive improvement to a lot of little projects that are out there. So
yeah. Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Question? Feel free to unmute. Or feedback or say something nice. That's also fine. Doesn't always need to be a question. I have one. I guess I'm seeing the roadmap, and I'm also seeing the comparison of the competitors that you shared. Why did you choose to start building on Stellar? And like, what will that give your platform?
Do you want me to take this, Danny?
Sure, I just had some noise in here, but yeah, I'll go ahead. So, Anke, the thing is that today in our business flow model, as I hope you can see right now, we operate as a P2P broker, so that people sending money hires Pacta to do a P2B buy of crypto, then the selling, so the recipient can receive money. And today this takes 2 hours, and our fee is about 6%. And I mean, with Stellar and using the Anchor technology and through SEP 31, we can make it in minutes and also further lower our fee, which is like something really attractive for this business, especially for emerging markets. So
yeah,
And
I
I
missed
believe
this
that,
slide. Apologies, but thank you so much for sharing.
yeah, I believe at our core we share stellar values or ideas that people should be converting from currency to currency in an easy way. So we feel super aligned with Stellar mission.
That's great to hear. And yes, feel free to also let me know. So you are already in touch with Settle?
Yeah, we had a call with them. I don't know if we have another one scheduled, but yeah, I mean, one of the things that we could get that could be helpful for us would be like getting these connections or pointing points to some already working anchors. That'd be great.
Yeah, I can definitely connect you to Anclab. And then there's some other anchors as well. Oh, what?
Actually, I was going to say that, yes, we've been talking to Jack from Settle Network, but also we already have a scheduled meeting with Anclab because they're in Argentina and been already talking to them.
Awesome. Oh, that's
Pretty
great.
much
Yeah.
right now is the on-ramp in Argentina. So, yes.
Great. Yeah, I can also see if I let me know also like how those go and to see if you need additional help. I can see if maybe someone from our partnership team could help connect to more anchors.
Absolutely. In the long run, we do plan to become anchors ourselves. But yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a long road, and you can definitely ask people here as well. But it's a good one too, and it's definitely like it depends on your use case what's best. So great. We have so thank you so much, Pacta, for presenting. I also loved the granny picture that you showed at the beginning. I was like, wait, I gotta look at that. That looks
For all the grannies of the world. So yes.
yes, we love them. Awesome. So thank you so much for presenting.
Oh,
and
sorry, Anke, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, just real quick. Thank you to the Pacta guys and Fabricio. I'm Argentinian as well. I'll message you guys later. We've done a couple of integrations with Unclap, so if you need some help, I'm sure we can connect. So yeah, that was it. Thank you, Anke, and thank you guys.
So helpful. Thank you so much. We'll be in
Yes.
touch
That's
with
great.
you.
Thank you.
Definitely connect either here or on the channel, because that's what these pitches are for. All right,
Absolutely.
so we are ready for the next pitch. Zig 3v2. How do I pronounce it? Please unmute yourself and take it away. I believe that's Nathan of Zion. Nathan?
Yes, sorry. I was just speaking to Syed there. Hello, everyone. I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. Thank you for inviting us to pitch to you today. I'm just going to share my screen with you now, so let me know if you could see it. Syed should be stepping in at some point. But he may be having trouble with his microphone. All right. So I'm just going to jump to it. He says he's not able to hear me, so I'm just going to have to move forward. All right. So Zigfree V2 is a Stellar
we're
wallet.
seeing the entire screen. That's correct, right? Or just
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So Zigfree V2. What is Zigfree V2? It's a Stellar wallet designed to incorporate both SEP24 payments and an easy access to the Stellar asset. So it's easy, fast, and secure using biometric Stellar account creation, storage, and sign-in capabilities. So the true beauty of Zigfree V2 is that you're able to log in securely using your biometrics. So what it does is it captures your secret keys and it stores them securely by encrypting them. So the Zigfree V2 project has clear objectives in mind to reduce cognitive complexity, to enter the Stellar ecosystem by providing a secure way to create, account, sign Stellar transactions, all with the touch of a thumb or a snapshot of the face via biometrics, without having to install a browser extension or download an app. We believe this facility for the Stellar community would be great for low value transactions and a move to new decentralized standard. So our aims, what are our aims? We plan to deliver the following bullet points within the first 6 months of development of our wallet. So we want a beta proof of concept ready. Saeed does have the proof of concept with the finger face, but I think he's having some technical issues getting it there. But if he's not able to do that, then I can show you on my side at least the fallback version, which is you entering a username and PIN. So create a wallet, provide easy way to create account, sign transactions, store keys securely on user device to ensure decentralization. So it's a non-custodial wallet. And ensure wallet incorporates login signing with popular login functionality such as Albedo, Freighter, Rabbit, Ledger, and Trezor. So we've already done those things. Provide a set 24 payment flow to ensure anchor interoperability, allow simple send and receive features within the wallet session time, integrate Stellar Swap functionality such as those features in Albedo, Lumin Swap, and Export wallets. So I'm gonna just jump to the login features. This is what we've done so far. So we've got this useful modal to agree to terms and conditions, and you just, if you're going to create an account, you just enter a username to create an account. It says create account, or it will just populate a username that you've already created, and then log in, and then you'd enter a PIN. Enter a PIN right here, and that should take you into your wallet. So you have a wallet session type, and you may recognize this this wallet, and it's actually because we blended account viewer v2 and the Stellar demo wallet. So we've got all those functionalities that you would find there all blended together, and you can add these assets like USDC. So it's ready for MoneyGram. So I believe MoneyGram uses similar payment flow, set 24. So to integrate MoneyGram into our wallet would be quite straightforward. And that's our flow there. So Saeed, are you able to show the finger face login by any chance? I don't know if he's available.
Yeah, Said, you might want to just check your privacy settings on your end on your computer, and then allow microphone and screen share for Discord. That's usually that may be why you can't hear anything right now or can't speak.
Yeah. In any case, if you've got more questions than we're able to answer, I've prepared some YouTube videos about 5 different pitches, and you can see that on our Discord server. So if you're interested, please send me a message, and I'll send you the link for our Discord. You'll find the YouTube videos on there. But obviously, if Si's not able to.
Yeah, I can share my screen. Can you hear me?
So, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
coming up
perfect.
on time though, so just so you know.
Just real quick, Saeed.
Okay, go live. Let me know if you're able to see my screen.
No. not
Okay.
yet.
So are you able to see my screen?
No.
I can
No?
see it.
Yeah. No, I can
Yeah.
see it. Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm gonna log in with go through the biometrics. I'm gonna log in. I'm so Zig3. I'm gonna create the account.
Yep.
So account is created. So yeah, here we are able to log in. We can create account and Excel.
Did you use the biometrics with that though?
Yeah, but I think you are not able to see the pop-up of the fingerprint.
Yeah.
Shane, I told him about you and your Moxel thingy. He said he said fun to get into people's heads. I'd hoped the point Penny would bring up was the excitement at
Charlie?
Randolph turning up when he did. For me, that's the peak of the chapter.
Sorry, say that
Charlie,
again.
Charlie, are you asking a question or are you just unmuted?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I accidentally unmuted. Oh, sorry.
Well, I guess we're open for questions now.
All right. Let's open the floor for questions indeed. Does anyone have any questions?
Don't be shy, and if you don't, then don't worry. Hit me up with a message, and I can answer any questions. In any case, you can watch some of my YouTube videos, which may answer your questions or not.
I typed in a question, basically saying, I'm assuming that you're just using the private keys on the personal device and also using the biometric from the personal device, not anything that's being communicated through your app?
Correct. This is all online, so there is no app, there is no browser. It is purely encrypted. So the encryption is done by the Stellar Build Challenge. So if you go to the Stellar website and try and build a wallet, you'll see that it's built with Stencil. We use that method to encrypt the keys. Is there any other questions?
I have a question. Now you've integrated this. Who are your competitors, and kind of like how will you kind of differentiate yourself going forward, and kind of what does that timeline look like of getting users?
Well, so I mean, I don't know of any other competitors that's created a functionality like that with biometrics. I don't know of any on any other blockchain. Maybe, but I haven't come across any. Our timeline over the next 6 months, we'd like to incorporate a swap functionality. We'd like to finish off our UI. It's not finished by any means. And we'd like to incorporate an order book marketplace. So swap or order book marketplace, that would be a good place to start. But really just to get this sort of live in beta, probably just as it is, but we'll smarten it up a little bit, and so that everyone can just try using it and get a feel for it. I mean, if there's any questions about security issues, if for me, I've looked into it, and maybe Ionic frameworks would answer the security questions better. I've left the link on our. But really, we're talking about jailbreaking a device, and this is why we mentioned, low value asset holdings with this type of method. It's just a superior method than just naked secret keys, right?
Right. Yeah, no, that's indeed not very good. It's often what we say, like definitely like making sure that if you have direct input of secret key, that can be exposed to scammers and exposed to security breaches. Yeah, but we are coming up on time. So,
Thank you. Just one thing to add. We just wanted to make a functionality where you're actually using a wallet like a real wallet. You're not going to carry your bank in your back pocket, are you? You want to use something like Ledger or Trezor, which is why we've incorporated that into our app as well. So you've got that opportunity to do that. But thanks, Anka. Really
it's good to
that.
have option. Yeah, thank you for presenting. I think we come up on time. So if you have any more questions, please leave them in their project post. And next up is GiveXLM. So I believe that is Center for Collab Econ as the Discord handle goes. Do you want to unmute yourself?
Perfect. How you doing? Let me get my screen shared real quick.
Yeah, and aside, feel free to stop sharing your screen now.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, thanks, Said.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. All right, William, yeah, take it away.
Perfect. So
You're a bit soft. Maybe try to speak up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, it's a bit better. Yeah, try to speak up a bit. Yeah.
Perfect. So we are to connect donors on the Stellar Network with nonprofits focused on sustainable development and regenerative finance. And so just a little bit more about that app is this would enable users to make tax deductible donations on the XLM ledger directly to registered 501c3 organizations, specifically aligned with the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. And they would do this while receiving charitable tax deductions and unique NFT rewards that are automatically minted after the donation has been made. And we have already made this app on the XRP Ripple ecosystem. And with the new implementation of the XLS20 into their protocol, we're going to start automatically generating these NFTs to represent the donations. So essentially, we're looking to bridge our app, bring it over to the Stellar ecosystem, and increase our user pool that way. So just to take a quick look at our app. Oh, sorry, and a little bit about the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. They're an incredibly lofty, progressive look at building a future that is sustainable and inclusive of everybody. And a lot of corporations and governments all over the world are going to be spending more and more time, attention, and money into fulfilling these goals in the near future. And so just a quick look at our app. You come into it, and you choose to donate, and it asks which of these sustainable development categories you're going to look at. So we go and we want to support Ukrainian refugees, and we see that they're offering different NFTs based on the level of donation you make. So if we make a gold level donation, we're going to get a gold level NFT back. And then essentially our system is going to be setting up an automatic NFT minting and then waiting to listen back for when that is received. You have to confirm the receipt of it. And then once you've confirmed it, it's in your own NFT gallery. And you can use that then for the information that it holds as far as tax deduction information and when you bought it and other things like that. And as well, we're going to be incorporating different reward incentives into this. And then so just to overview that a little bit about the app then, one of the main key things is that it's giving the tax deduction documentation. Normally, crypto users have to spend a lot of money transferring these to centralized exchanges, pay the capital gains tax on that then if you do cash out. So this is a way to avoid both of those fees. You're getting unique rewards as NFTs, and these NFTs are only being minted after donation, so they're representing specific real world products. And then, of course, decentralized ledger technology provides transparency, security, fast delivery of these donations directly to where they're going. Our app is non-custodial, allowing them to go directly to the 501c3 organizations. And then in the future, what we're looking to develop is to expand our NFT functionality to include carbon and tax credits to make them work kind of similar as the carbon tax credit pool that like they're bought and trade on the open market. We want to use automatic market makers to create yield pools for sustained donations so that you can give an ongoing donation that creates slow working yield for both you and the donor, the recipient. We want to have cooperative ownership and investment and governance of the donated funds. And with the end goal being that we want this app to be ready for the regular mass market users so that when central bank digital currencies are coming to regular people from regular banks and governments all over the world, that we've already got this system in place for people to be able to connect globally to effective, regenerative nonprofits all over the world and make sure that their donations are not only giving them the best return for themselves with tax incentives, but also doing the best good possible all around the world. And so our
Coming up on time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just wrap up real quick. Our funding model is essentially that we're going to charge a 3% flat fee on all donations, which is below the industry standard of 3 to 5%. We're going to use 2% of that for internal development and 1% for a community-led donor fund. And then we'll have staked NFTs from our ecosystem to provide governance access to how those funds will be used. And we already have a couple of initial partners ready to go. We have a food bank program on a Native American reservation, a Narcan distribution hub, as well as a reforestation project in Peru. So that's all. We can open up the floor to questions. And I think Evan is here as well to be able to answer.
Much for your presentation. It reminds me actually of another project in the ecosystem called, an old project, I don't think they're active anymore, called Lumentropy. You might actually want to reach out to the person who used to run that. I can probably see if I can connect you. They have, they created a similar app, and they actually build a lot of relationships with and had nonprofits set up addresses, stellar addresses. So I think there could be something, some synergies there. Maybe they can help because they're not active anymore.
Oh, yeah. Let me write that down and try and reach out. Perfect.
I will need to connect you probably because I don't think they have an active website anymore. I'll write it down and I'll see if I can connect you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Are there any questions? Any questions from Give Excellent? Feel free to unmute.
Yeah, I of course have something else to say. I love the idea of using NFTs as kind of a certificate, letting people know that you've contributed a certain amount. My question is more about the 501c3s. I understand you can make contact with them, you can make agreements for, maybe designing NFTs with their in mind. But how does the tax reporting go? Is that something that a 1099 would be given by the 501c3, or are we just writing that down in our itemized deductions as something we gave, and if we're audited, we can give them show them the NFT? I mean, how would that work as far as reporting?
Right. So it'll be in addition to being sent as an NFT with the data encoded into that, it'll be emailed as well. And then the nonprofit will have their regular record keeping as well. So as far as I know, everything up to $2,500 in a year to any individual nonprofit is basically under the limit where you have to report it. So you can itemize those deductions, and then anything over that is where the nonprofit and the individual are supposed to be itemized, or rather are supposed to be reporting that individual donation. So for most users, for most donations, it's always going to be under that limit. And so the nonprofits, they're keeping track of everything regardless because they have to. And then if you are going to put that on your own finances, then you are keeping your own records. And then of course, if you are audited, then you would have that record. And we're working with lawyers to ensure that essentially we're creating something that is going to be admissible in that sense.
Well, I love to see a charitable program that's set up in a format that you have, as opposed to these poor people that set up a program thinking they're going to do token sales and make money off of token sales. And this is definitely much more realistic.
Right. We don't have a token for our app. We're not selling any tokens. The only time an NFT is created is when a donation is made, and then the NFT says this was a donation for this much. We're looking into future implementations of being able to trade those donations, so to speak, the way that carbon credits are traded on the open market. But for now, it's just, a record of the donation.
And you can add a little artwork to the certificate and make it something they could display if they had a place to display NFTs.
Exactly. And by not just mass producing them, we're giving them a little bit more real world value.
Perfect. All right. Well, that I think concludes the candidate pitch for you. I think we have one last team. So thank you so much, GiveXLM. I will definitely see if I can connect you with that person. I'll reach out to them and see if they're interested in kind of like joining you in the product channel and help you from there. So great. Welcome to the Stellar ecosystem as well from Ripple. We always welcome people from other ecosystems. So we are ready for our final pitch of tonight. Telos Cooperative, please take the stage and unmute yourself and take it away.
How are you all? Thank you so much for inviting us once again to the Stellar Community Fund. Please let me know when I am successfully sharing my screen.
It's loading on my end. Let me see. It might be one of those situations where it just keeps loading forever. And so
Let me try once again.
Yeah, maybe try again, and maybe that will help. Maybe with a lower
resolution.
Yeah, lower resolution.
Second.
No worries. Are you able to share your screen? It seems like you try to share and then it stops sharing. Yeah, it just happened again.
Yeah, 1 second. I believe it's some permission issue. 1 second.
Okay. And he's gone. He's probably gonna come back very soon. Yeah, it's always Discord's always a bit interesting like that. All right, you're back.
All right, please work. Tell me it's working.
Yes, we can see it.
Fantastic.
Take it away.
Let's do it. Let's interview. I apologize. We're Telos Cooperative. We're trying to build a bridge to decentralized and democratic banking. Why are we a cooperative? Why are we called Telos Cooperative? Cooperative is an autonomous organization formed by different people trying to meet their economic, social, and cultural needs democratically, right? We don't see much representation of nonprofits on cooperatives in the crypto space, and we believe this is an opportunity to kind of round all projects in the ecosystem and put them in the same place so people every day can actually start using these products and we can start pushing for adoption. The big problem, right? We have 3 that we pointed out for this presentation. 1, socioeconomic. There is a lack of equitable access to banking services. We are based mainly in Chile, and we see 27% of people does not have access to proper banking. We see environmental issues that stem from environmental justice problems. Banking services create a lot of externalities, being just simply for their high energy usage, or just simply by them existing in a giant building and being connected to all of our services. We believe that cryptocurrency, especially the Stellar blockchain, can help mitigate these things. And of course, in order to get there, we see the problem of a lack of adoption. We see high fees for remittances, but very low fees for savings when we are participating in the traditional banking system, right? An average right now in Latin America is not surpassing a 1% APY for savings, which is pretty bad considering how much profit banking's really sunk. So our solution, we want to incentivize adoption through a compliant mobile wallet app, utilizing the different partners that Stellus have, especially MoneyGram. We believe that a cash in, cash out mobile app could help people in Chile, especially, get started with the Stellar blockchain. We don't see much representation there. We want to reward community participation and encourage global sustainable programs. We want to do this through our DAO and by opening the doors internationally for everyone to start pitching ways we can solve this. We've seen this similarly in other projects in Ethereum and whatnot, but we have a great benefit of using Stellar that is fast, and their sustainability reports that I read a little bit ago showcase really, really good numbers. So from this, we want to encourage businesses and tech-savvy people to start setting up their own nodes, right? When we start looking into Web3, we're thinking about a decentralized internet, but for that, we need the actual hardware, we need the actual network of people connected to make this work. How we're doing this? First, we're starting with a community DAO and a voting platform, okay? This will be open. Anyone can participate and make their voice heard. We launch a platform, community.telluscoop.com, which works as a forum similar to other DAOs you've seen before. We want to build this with this DAO for DAOs mentality. So any other project, any other participant really can be part of this just by showing their comments and trying to figure out what's the best way to move forward in an organization that wants to govern itself, right? As we've grown, we've realized how tokens really play out in a network, and we made sure that our token, the co-op token, which we have not launched yet, as we want as much community input as possible, only works for launching our community governance proposals. The community DAO and the voting platform are going to be connected from the forum to the blockchain. So we want all our community proposals that will make basically the governing laws of our company in the future pass through our own governance system. We want to implement the core wallet. This would be a private venture, right? Which would be effective and affordable, crypto cash in, cash out for people in Chile, utilizing MoneyGram and different partners. It will be multi-currency, which means that we want to utilize anchor assets so people can safeguard themselves from things like inflation, right? And to start saving money into their own, basically being their own banks, right? And this will be local. People will be able to connect to a network of local businesses and different cooperatives that are trying to fix situations like water privatization or access to housing or access to proper food. We're also developing the co-op node. This is a little machine that we want to make open source. It would use NFC technology, and ideally in the future will serve as a point of sale for customers to receive royalty rewards for going to the same businesses. This will create a network effect, which will strengthen the use of anchor assets within the countries that are utilizing this. And as I mentioned, it will be open source. We want to design this to be improved for people to actually build it themselves and actually tinker with it as much as they can. So how would it work? We have three projects working, right? It's adoption, cooperation, and education. So our wallet app will drive the Stellar blockchain adoption and bridge fiat to decentralized finances. Once people is able to save their money on their phone, it's going to be easier for them to start exploring other opportunities within the ecosystem that fit more into decentralized finance. Our web app and DAO will connect an international audience to their products and will serve to kind of govern the protocol decisions, right? And try to push for sustainable programs to people to participate. And the cooperative node would be kind of like the physical hardware that would bring all this together. So our wallet app also with NFC technology would be able to bridge with our node.
And we're coming up on time, though, just so you know.
Sounds good. So we have a hybrid model for cryptocurrency companies, right? We're trying to mix a DAO with a private company. The DAO will administer its own finances through treasury and voting, and the private company would serve as a normal private company that utilizes crypto, but they would be intertwined, they would have synergy so they can both work together. So our progress to date, we constituted 2 companies in Chile, and we have domain ownership right of those. One specifically to be turned into a proper cooperative, and the other one for our private institution. We were previous winners of the Stellar Community Fund 8 a while ago. We have a big team, a core team, as well as advisors and lawyers helping us through this whole process, and a bunch of local business partners that are really interested in participating in this. We launched our community DAO. You can check it out right now. We launched our web app that is currently in the testnet. So if you need any tokens to try it out, we can help you with that. And as we mentioned, we developed the RFID point of sale system, which we have in version 4 right now. A little run through. This is our...
No. So very quick, because we're coming out time. Yeah.
Our community DAO, which is our first proposal, which we want to push into the blockchain very soon. In our web page, into Cooperate, you can actually participate and try our voting system. I'm currently connected through Albedo. You can see my account. I have 200 co-ops, and from here, I can vote for our first proposal. And this first proposal will use a blockchain, open Albedo, and let us vote into what it would be our first law, basically, on how things will work from here on in the future. And that's it. Very fast.
That's great to hear. Well, there's a lot of things definitely going on, a lot of progress as well, I see. Great. Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to unmute.
Yeah, it's Nathan. Do you have any plans to incorporate any other login features? Like Ledger, Trezor?
Yeah, for sure. Ideally, we want to incorporate Ledger in any kind of NFC technology that would let people log in their computers with NFC. But Ledger is definitely in our near future incorporations for sure.
So how do you feel about that being a direct competition to your own hardware device, or is it?
I believe it is actually beneficial for the competition. We are a cooperative, right? So we want everybody to thrive, and we believe that out of cooperative game theory, we can actually replace current systems. So we are not driven really by profit. We are really driven by innovation and progress.
Great, thank you.
Of course.
I like that spirit. Oh, go ahead. Last question.
I have a question. As far as you're doing a DAO with a banking exchange system, and just the whole idea of what the money is, what type of DAO are you going to use? I mean, we have a discussion on Community Fund here about DAOs. I haven't checked it recently, but there's many different ways of voting. And when you're talking about a financial system, how do you make sure you don't get whales that go in and buy a bunch of your token? And it sounds like you have a token called co-op. It seems a little dangerous.
So we are learning from other organizations, right? A big push would be an organization like Gitcoin that is pushing for funding public goods. What we think makes us different from other DAOs and other companies is that we are letting the decision process over to the community. We are writing each of these community governance proposals from the scratch up, and we are fixing it as we go so they actually fit our needs as an organization. We are basically a grassroots company, so as we grow, we're gonna see these changes and we're gonna be adapting as we need to. And this moment, the co-op token is only in the testnet, and the moment we launch it, really is gonna be approved by the people that wants to really use it. We don't see it as something with a monetary value. We see it as an opportunity for someone to give their voice in a platform that is trying to connect other projects together. But I do see your concerns, and And that's why we are excited to see these conversations happen.
Yeah, I think definitely also if you have, you're going into the test phase, it's always like, good for these things. Like, as we know, like, especially, yeah, it's good that you brought it up that we're also starting the conversation a little bit about, what DAOs look like and if they're actually beneficial and there's a tons of considerations to keep in mind when starting a DAO. So yeah, as long as you can keep in the test phase for as long as like possible and really figure out the details, I think we would love to also like have your learnings from that as well as you start to onboard users.
Of course, I mean we've been around since Stellar Community Fund 8, and it has been definitely a learning process for me myself. I mean, I've learned so much about the ecosystem and how to actually make this work for everyone, not to fall into quick get rich scams, right? We are trying to build a platform for real democracy and to meet the needs of people today. And we do have the technology to make this happen. What we don't have is really the coordination and the cooperation between parties for it to happen now. So that's what we're trying to do, and we want to hear you all. So
no, I like that spirit, and definitely in the spirit of the Stellar Community Fund as well. All right, well, that's definitely going a little over time. Apologies. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying on. We are now going to conclude our session, and I will say a few words. So definitely, after hearing all these pitches, continue the discussion in the SCF 11 forum channel. This is just the beginning and to kick off, but please feel free to go in and say something nice or say constructive feedback or ask questions. We have more candidate pitch sessions tomorrow. Sorry, I should have changed the language. Only tomorrow. So we have a morning session and an afternoon session. So morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time and afternoon session 3 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely join. And after this, so next week, community vote starts. And if you want, you can become a SCF verified. There's an application and benchmarks for qualification. And then you can also be can unlock the exclusive ability to vote for submissions. And keep up to date and learn more. So we are always active, and I think like there's indeed, like many of you said, there's some active discussions going on. So definitely check in back in here every now and then and engage with projects. Thank you so much, all, and see you tomorrow.
Hey, Anka, before you go, can I ask a quick question of you?
Yeah, sure thing.
I was not able to get